Do you guys know what... Sorry, I'm going to start over. Okay. What do you call an Italian hooker?
A jabot?
A prostitute.
I'm French.
It's a prostitute.
Prostitute. Yeah, we got to get better at jokes.
Come on. Well, then look up your own jokes, Brandon. That's highbrow. It is highbrow from the dad joke subreddit.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
No. I just liked it. I like a good play on words. Thanks for laughing. Hey, guys. Welcome to Second Office. I'm your host, Alec George, with Doc, with Brandon.
Oh.
Oh, man. What a week.
Yeah, it's been a week, huh?
Can I have an awoo?
Awoo.
Yes! Wolves 4-0 since we recorded last. We told you last week that we were going to tell you how right about our predictions we were. We were all super right.
So right.
We were the rightest. And we will get into
Ow!
that and more. Brandon.
What's wrong?
That was my howl.
Oh, that's he's a wolf too.
God, I thought
Here it
something
comes.
bit him.
Here, I'll do it again. Ow!
We might need to keep that one under
I'll
wraps.
make that a button. I'll make that one a button. We can.
That's a sexy wolf.
I'm sure there's a time and a place for that noise. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
Ow!
you won't be having that kind of noise for the next week.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I got vasectomized.
Yeah, you did.
We could do an extra episode about that, about my vasectomy experience.
Well, and if anyone out there who doesn't have a vasectomy, you need a form of birth control, let me tell you about my week.
I was going to ask, Doc, how's your week?
Let me tell you. So last Thursday was great, right? We went to the playoff game.
Doc's first playoff game.
First NBA game ever.
game.
It's fantastic.
And we learned for future, because the Wolves will be in the playoffs a lot, we learned for future playoff games to not sit on the end sections.
Oh, God, no.
My God.
I wanted to kill that kid.
I wanted to kill that kid. Those things are annoying in the first place, and then when they're smacking against your cheek every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clappers.
And then
Christ almighty.
I love Trevor with his binoculars and videotaping through the binoculars. I mean, it's just next level creeping.
It's innovation.
If
you think about it.
Never really would have thought about zooming in on the cheerleaders like that.
Shout out Trevor with his binocular recordings.
Ow!
And then
Exactly.
Jop letting know, all the fake ass fans out there leaving with 2 minutes left in the game to beat traffic.
And denying a kid and his dad the playoff t-shirts
that he had 20 of.
Okay, quick story before you continue with your week. Quick story, and I wish Jop was here to tell us. He's flying back home right now. They had the Wolves back playoff t-shirts. Super cool. We got up to our seats right as the game, like 2 minutes after tip-off or something like that. There was a couple kids who were in our seats. They were just one section off. But they had the t-shirts with them. And we're like, no, you're good, keep them. But Job's like, no, I want my t-shirts. So he went and found someone, right?
Guest services.
Oh, yeah, he just went to guest services. He got like 9.
Yeah.
Got like 9 t-shirts.
Because he told him that we all didn't get them.
Yes, exactly. So he just kind of kept him under his shirt the whole game. We had 2 empty seats next to us. At about halftime, a father and son. In the son, I don't know, what, like 10-ish? 10, 12?
Sure.
I don't really remember. Anyways, come up, and we had our other friends at the game. We're like, hey, there's 2 seats next to us. Come join us. They come up and join us, and they were really close to us anyway, so they tell the father and son, oh, would you mind taking our seats so we can sit with our friend? They're like, oh, yeah, for sure. You guys have the T-shirts, though? So naturally, we all turn our heads to Jop at the end of the row, and he just shakes his head. Doesn't say a damn word, just shakes his head. And we're like, sorry, nope. Guess we don't have them. Jop's like fake-ass fans showing up at halftime.
He's like, what do you expect?
Oh, man, I hope they don't listen to the show.
But yeah, I mean, so that was a great night. It was a little long for me, but, it was good. Met a lot of people. Went to my first downtown bar in Minneapolis.
I know.
And
you and I were struggling.
That was an experience.
That was yawn fest.
I was not there for that.
I was thinking, when's the last time you were up till 1 a.m.?
It's been a while. And I was not in the mind frame.
Yeah, of course.
To be out to 1 a.m.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, oh, we're gonna go playoff game, and then we'll go home.
That's what I thought too.
No.
I even told Emily, I was like, well, I work in the morning.
Yeah.
And she was like, right, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's just go.
Whatever.
Let's just go.
So then I drove home after we got back here, right? So I get home 1:30.
Yeah.
And I walk in to my wife sleeping on the couch.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on?
She doesn't do that.
How'd she get out of the kitchen?
I know, right? But like, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you will not believe the night I had. Of course, it's the night you go out.
Yeah.
Lily threw up in her bed.
No.
And like my wife is amazing. She does anything and everything for a child. And I've been very privileged to not have to change a lot of poopy diapers because for whatever reason, I just cannot do poop. But I can do vomit, and Courtney can't do vomit, so it works out for us.
That's great.
But Courtney can't do vomit, and I wasn't home, so she had to.
Okay.
So then she gets Lily out of Lily's bed, and of course it's like she can't sleep in that bed tonight.
Yeah.
So she moved to our bed.
Okay.
Lily threw up again.
Oh no! What is she?
Yeah.
Why was she
I
all
don't
right?
know.
Poor
Just
Upset
some
belly?
Kinda, yeah, just some kind of sickness.
Okay.
And so then she's sleeping on like we have this fun little kid couch thing. So Lily's sleeping on that in our room, and Courtney's out on the couch because she just couldn't deal with it anymore.
Poor
And I'm
girls.
like,
Poor
I
both
guess
of them.
I'm going downstairs and sleeping on the downstairs couch. Great.
Everyone's sleeping on couches.
Yeah. And then my wife got sick from it too. So whatever Lily had, she caught. So that was my weekend.
And then you got sick.
And then I got sick. But before that, I don't remember what night it was. It had to be Saturday or Sunday. I get woken up to, you will not believe what your daughter did last night. It had to be Sunday because that's when I got sick or something. I don't know. It was one of the days I was feeling sick.
Okay.
And she's like, you won't believe what your daughter did last night. And I'm like, what? She's like, I wake up at 2 a.m. to her screaming. And I'm like, how did I not hear this? But our daughter pretended she was Rambo. And instead of using camouflage, she had shit. And she stuck her hand down her pants and was painting her face with shit.
No.
Yeah.
No, fuck off.
Yeah. Like she was about to go to war.
What was she screaming for?
Because she was painting her face with shit. Like she shit and stuck her hand down her pants and then was wiping her face. I don't fucking know. Moral of the story is don't have kids.
So, and your wife didn't bother like waking you up for it? She just took care of it?
She's dealt with it. She's a saint.
Wow.
She's a saint.
You got it good.
Yeah, I'm a lucky man.
Because you already can't handle poop. What if it's
No.
all over your daughter's face?
Oh my God, dude. I would have been like, what are you doing? So then Courtney, of course, has to have that conversation of, one, we don't stick our hand down our pants.
So,
And two,
I know you're still very young to this world, but
and two, we don't, you don't rub it in your face.
you don't do that.
Wow.
Children are our future. Children are our future.
Certainly are.
Well,
You know,
shouldn't have them.
So it's funny when they say sometimes when you trip on acid, you kind of revert back to like childlike tendencies.
I forgot all about that.
'Cause I had a friend who did just that and stuck his hand down his pants and just was doing everything with his poop. I was also sleeping and didn't have to
Deal with
see
it.
any of that, thank God. But
Yeah.
but Sodi woke me up crying at my bedside because of it. So
Like crying, laughing, or crying?
no, he's crying.
Oh my God.
Sodi was also on drugs and couldn't handle it. So, anyways,
God.
it reminds me very much of that.
Yeah, it was a trip. and then I caught whatever
Poor
sickness.
Courtney.
I
Poor
caught
Courtney.
whatever sickness was going through the house because I'm out enjoying a day of golf. And about whole
God, they just can't let you enjoy a day of golf.
I know, right? You just can't. I worked so hard all day.
I know you're going golfing today, but there's shit all over your daughter's face. It's her own shit.
Well, no, like I mean, so I'm golfing, and then like hole 3 or 4, I look at Dobby, and I go, I don't feel too good. And I was like, I can't finish. I can't finish this round. We gotta go see if they can give us a rain check.
Oh, damn.
That's how you know how bad it was.
Holy shit.
I would never just leave golf.
I know.
Yeah, I went home, felt like shit, passed out, woke up to 103 degree fever. And I was like, I'm dying.
So you got a lot of video games in?
No, dude, I slept.
Damn.
It was the longest I ever slept. I slept so long that I couldn't sleep at night that I ended up taking 2 Benadryl like to go back to sleep because I just couldn't sleep.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I slept till like 10 in the morning the next day.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
Feeling all right?
I feel great now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any more poop on your daughter?
No.
Nice.
I think she learned her lesson.
That's good.
Don't have kids though.
That's good.
Get a vasectomy.
Way ahead of you.
Do it with your best friend.
Brandon,
Get
how
bestie vasectomies.
Bestie Vasecties. Hey, speaking of that, that's a T-shirt of ours.
Secondoffice.shop.
Secondoffice.shop. And get your Wolves merch. Get your Wolves merch because there's new Wolves merch, and it's awesome. Like Expressions of Jaden. And, oh, yeah, go Bert. Oh, yeah.
Go Bear.
So good. Brandon, how was your week?
It's got to be better than that, right?
Couldn't be any shittier. Nice.
No, it sounds like Dakota won the award for shittiest week.
Took the shit cake.
Congratulations. We're all applauding for you. Good job.
Thank you.
Congrats to Courtney. Congrats to Lily.
No, my week was I did a lot of traveling over the past week. My grandmother passed away, so I went to her funeral over the weekend, and then straight back to Cleveland and straight back to work. It has been nonstop. Go, go, go.
Brandon, I'm very sorry. That is a bummer.
No fun stories from this guy, but
also no shit.
yeah, no shit. I mean, everyone around here has been
Take the good with the bad.
keeping the poop in the toilet and out of their face.
Yes. And if you're doing that, you're doing all right. What more can you ask for?
I don't know.
Okay,
man.
that's good.
It's just so silly.
Okay.
I will tell you one development, and you'll like this, Alec.
Yeah.
I have been finding myself rooting for the Timberwolves actively.
Doc, one more time. Come on.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Ow.
I just feel like you're getting bit. Like I just.
That's great, though. Do tell, Brandon. Please elaborate.
Yeah, so in Cleveland, the Cavs have been just the talk of the town. Everyone's been hyped up, excited for them. And speaking of pooping, they pooped the bed.
They big time. Okay, so they definitely got injured at the wrong time and ran into the hottest team I've seen in years. I did not expect this out of the Pacers. Holy crap. They're playing great.
Are incredible right now.
They're
just playing with pure chemistry.
They have a 29% three-point shooter on the year, a second-year player, Nemhard I'm talking about. Shot 29% from three on the year. He's shooting 50% from three in the playoffs.
Who's hard?
Yeah.
Nem.
Yep. And so in the sulking of that, and just a kind of the undertone of hating the Pacers right now, being on this podcast, I've been watching the Timberwolves games because of this podcast specifically.
Cool.
And as I've been watching them, I've been actively out loud rooting for them. My wife caught me on that. She's like, "You really are liking those Timberwolves." I'm like, you can't deny it, because I think here's the thing. Anthony Edwards to me,
Sorry.
and I know this is everyone's opinion or most people's opinion, but I just think it's really special to watch such a young player turn into a very predictable but well-deserved superstar in the league.
Yeah.
And the way he's carrying that team, it's a special time for that team right now, because it's the equivalent of the Packers always hitting gold on quarterbacks for the past 40 years. This is that for you guys. Like you guys are finally getting a superstar that's going to lead you to championships. And again, I know I don't want to compare that because I know it's very controversial, but I just think it's super cool to see a team that's struggled my entire life finally get a superstar and start building pieces around that superstar to make that team unexpectly really good
And potential perennial contenders with him.
Yeah, and I mean, and they're set up for a dynasty. It seems like
Yes.
at least a playoff dynasty. So, no, it's exciting. It's fun to watch teams like that, and I actively root for the Timberwolves right now.
Ow! Thanks, Brandon. That's great. You make me want. You got me all excited. And you make me want to jump right into it. Are we doing that?
You're
Are we doing? Should we loop back around to that later, or just?
But yeah, let's loop back around to the Timberwolves later.
Okay, good.
I'm very excited to talk about the Packers
Yes.
and the Vikings regular season
That's
schedule
right.
and do our annual way too early season predictions.
Before we jump into the Vikings and Packers, because I know that's going to just dominate. How
I got a
hilarious
couple
is
things.
it that whoever did the scheduling, they just wanted to rub it in the Cowboys' face even more that they're going to be there for the Eagles when they raise the banner.
Why? Like last week?
Cowboys have to watch the Eagles raise the Super Bowl banner. Don't they play week 1?
Oh, week 1. Okay, sure. So LOL. Never thought about that.
That's awesome. Fuck, I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, seriously, screw them. Sorry, Key, screw them.
I mean, they're already eliminated from the playoffs.
Exactly.
You heard it here first.
They might as well be. Made some people angry. That's funny.
It really did.
Okay, yes. Schedules are released. Super slow time, but now we can speculate as to how awesome our teams are going to do. First, though, I want super quick thoughts on Brock Purdy signing his contract.
Well, that's news to me.
5-year, $265 million. Happened today.
Good for him. Good for him. He deserves it.
I think he deserves it too.
Yep.
I
for
don't.
him.
Doc does not. Okay.
That's a terrible decision by the 49ers. What are they thinking?
We'll pay him or what?
You drafted
Start
him
over? What are they
last.
gonna do?
Overall, you can find another one.
Can they?
I don't think okay.
Because they tried picking one
You-
at third.
you know-
tried
You know what,
trading the
Dakota,
house
you
for
are
him.
turning into a Vikings fan because this is exactly what they do to their quarterbacks. Is they produce, and then they do what your daughter did. They reach in their diaper and shit all over their face.
But
Let's go, baby.
I mean, it's my second favorite team.
That's a good one, Brad.
Bracketology told me that's my second favorite team.
They're like, oh, geez, we just won 14-3. Better reach into our pants quick. And
Hey, Sam Darnold, I got something for you.
it's poop.
I'm gonna spread some poop on your face and send you to the Seahawks.
It's your own.
Thanks for the great season.
It's your own poop, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. No, they should have paid him. I think they should have paid him. I think he's proved it.
Sure.
He's made some boneheaded mistakes, but he's like in the playoffs. Is my point. He turned into more of a gunslinger than I thought he was. I don't know. I also think his faults are kind of Shanahan's when it comes to the playoffs.
I think that's more Shanahan than Purdy, but
Thank you. Agreed. Yeah, and I'm not Shanahan's a great coach, but he's had his late season faults. Ooh, New York Knicks running away with it. Not really, but they're up 14. Let's go, Cat. Okay. Schedules. Packers or Vikings? What do you say?
let's go Vikings first.
Woo! Okay. So first, cool little tidbit about the schedule. Vikes, back-to-back international games.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't
Is
know.
it?
I don't know.
The only silver lining there, I mean, is that neither one of them are your home games. So
Yes, exactly. And for the second game, we'll have like a rest advantage because we didn't have to travel and
Yeah, 'cause
change
you'll
time
already be
zones
over
and
there.
shit, right? So something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really advantageous
He never goes up there.
for the Vikings. I mean, a lot of people are, really looking at the NFL and they're saying, wow, the NFC North, the other three teams have to play 9 away games, true away games.
Right.
And the Vikings only have to play 7 because
7,
those aren't going to be like, yes, they're away, but it's not a home stadium for the other team either.
That I am excited about.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, in a season where you're going in with a lot of unknowns, you need every advantage you can get.
It's very true. It's very true. And there is unknowns. We got we got a lot of new additions to the roster. And what's JJ McCarthy going to do, right? With that said, here we go. Week 1, JJ McCarthy's first NFL start will be in prime time against the Chicago Bears. This was announced right around the time where these rumors came about. There was an ESPN story that Caleb Williams was hoping not to be drafted by the Bears and was actually hoping to be drafted by the Vikes.
Yeah.
Well, now they get to play each other and see how, man, all that stuff that Caleb was talking about. He's like, hey, can I watch film? And the coaches are like, sure, figure it out. And never accommodated once was sitting down with him in film review or anything like that. He took it upon himself.
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, they didn't do shit for him. It's crazy.
In Chicago?
Uh-huh. Last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'd watch film by himself.
I just don't believe that.
He said it. Or his dad said it or something.
There's no way.
Oh, I believe it. Those guys were crazy incompetent. Eberflus was good at defense. That was it. And then whoever the GM, it was Pace. There was someone else who, offensive coordinator, was bad.
They're just not watching film?
Specific, not like on Caleb's own time. Usually you coordinate that with coaches or other players and stuff like that, and the coaches just didn't give a shit. Anyways, well, let's go week by week. Doc, 2 years ago you nailed the record. Last year you did not. But hey, who would have saw 14-3 coming? Not me.
Nobody.
Not me. So I can't hold that one against you. But we're all going to do our official game by game picks, come up with our record, and at the end of the season, see how wrong we are. So week 1 at Chicago, Monday Night Football. I'm the Vikes fan. I'll go first, followed by you guys.
All right.
The Vikings have historically had a hard time winning in Chicago. That was before KOC came. That's a dub. Bears are still going to be mediocre at best. So that's a dub. Are you keeping track? Can you keep track, Doc? Please. You're a bookkeeper.
Yeah, because I got something to write on over here.
Well, you got a tablet.
You have a notebook.
I have a phone. But it's hard to... Can we all keep track of our own? Let's all keep track of our own. Here we go. Okay. 1-0 is what I say. Doc, game 1.
You lose.
Ooh, okay, Brandon.
Bears win at home.
God, you guys suck. Okay, week 2, Atlanta Falcons. That's 2-0, baby. That's at home. Doc.
What was your answer?
2-0. That's a dub. Doc's thinking hard on this one.
I think the Falcons are better than people want to give them credit for. You don't think Robinson's gonna not run all over you?
No, we had a top 5 rush defense last year, and look what we did to our D line.
What did you do?
Added like 4 people
That means it wasn't that good.
to our interior. Well, it was good though. Look at the ring. We were top 5 rush defense all year, and our defensive line theoretically got better.
Oh, you convinced me. When?
Ha! Nice, Brandon.
Atlanta, they're gonna win.
So Vikes are 0-2 in your account.
No, they're 1-1.
The Vikings are going to win.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No.
Okay, week 3 at home against Cincy. Cincy always takes a few weeks to get into it. That's a dub. That's 3-0, baby.
Oh my God.
They have no defense.
The Vikings lose.
Okay.
You essentially have a rookie quarterback. You know that, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Brandon.
They're gonna lose.
And when you say they, you're saying the Vikings.
Yes, the correct Vikings are going to lose against the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow on a revenge tour this year.
Okay. And then after week 3, the Vikes go across the pond. They are at Pittsburgh.
In Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's in Dublin. That's
Yeah.
awesome. From Dublin to London. That's super cool. Dang, man. Okay. Okay, I'm getting excited here. So that's 4-0. Doc?
Have you haven't looked at this, have you?
No.
Okay.
Sure haven't.
I do think the Vikings win that one.
Okay. Brandon.
I want to put an asterisk next to that.
Okay.
With Pittsburgh's current roster,
Oh, sure. Why? If they add Rodgers, do they beat the Vikes?
I think they do if they add Rodgers.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why can't I never find it anymore? God dang.
You don't even know. Okay.
That's what I say. Brandon?
Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I think that the Vikings will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nice. Okay. Cleveland Browns in London. 5-0, baby. 5-0. You kidding me? Let's go.
Yeah, the Vikings win that game.
Okay. Brandon?
Versus Cleveland, the Vikings are going to win that game.
All right. Then this is a bye week. I don't like that. That's an early bye week. I'm usually not a fan of early buys, but that's fine. Everyone's got to have a bye week. Ooh, okay. After the bye week, we are at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll take an L. I'll take an L. There got to be an L somewhere, right? There got to be an L somewhere. 5-1.
Yeah, you lose.
Okay, Brandon.
Philadelphia Eagles are going to beat the Vikings. Handily.
Handily. All right. At Los Angeles Chargers, 6-1.
You lose to the Chargers.
Okay.
Agreed. Lose to the Chargers.
Okay. At Detroit.
You lose
Detroit.
at Detroit.
I'm going to say 6-2 as well. I'll give that to him. Actually, nope. That's going to be
Sneaky
Yep.
win?
No,
You think it's gonna be a sneaky win?
No. In Detroit, 6-2. Okay. At home against Baltimore,
You lose.
I'll say 6-3. Baltimore's great, and we'll have a home loss eventually. 6-3. Brandon,
I have
against
Baltimore winning that game.
Okay. We are back home against the Chicago Bears, 7-3.
It's a dub for me.
Nice.
For the Vikings.
Yeah, you win that.
Great. Thank you. And down to the nitty gritty. First game in Green Bay after that. I kind of always pick us to split, and I'm going to do that again. At Green Bay, I'll say an L.
Yeah, you lose.
7-4.
Go Petco.
Okay. At Seattle, ooh.
That's a win for me.
Yeah, for the Darnold. That'd be cool. Okay. Yep, 8-4. Cool.
Hold on. Let's see. I have you guys as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4-7 right now.
4 wins, 7 losses. I'm 8-4 right now, so you're missing one. Thank you.
Yeah, I
guys.
know. I got to do this pick for Seattle.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I have 5-7 right now.
You lose against Seattle.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold makes you regret everything you did.
That'd be crazy if Darnold.
I love that narrative.
I honestly would not be mad if Darnold goes crazy this year.
You would be mad.
I'd be upset.
Yeah,
but I'd
you're gonna be
But I'd be
mad.
happy for Sam.
No, yeah, dude. Braden's gonna shove it down your throat if
That's
that
fine.
happens.
That's fine. Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay. Ooh, and then at home against the Commanders. Dub 9-4.
You lose.
You lose. Vikings lose.
You guys are underestimating our entire. Okay, I know you're not
You're
underestimating.
underestimating Jaden Daniels and that whole offense.
No, I'm not at all. It's an amazing offense. We had a great defense last year, and it only improved theoretically. On paper, it has improved, and it was a great defense last year.
And Washington did what? Nothing?
No, they were great. I think it's at
In the
home.
offseason. They didn't do anything.
I think it's at home, and we're awesome. So
Okay.
that's all. You think we lose the Commanders too?
Yes.
So you guys have the Vikings beating 0 good teams. We do not win against a good team.
That's not true.
Well, so far.
You have to wait till the rest of it goes through.
Okay. At Dallas, 10-4.
I had you guys beating Pittsburgh.
Mediocre team at best, dude. You're 500 last year. Game or two above? Pfft. I don't want to hear it. Dallas Cowboys at Dallas.
You win.
Vikings win. Vikings win.
Nice. Okay. At New York Giants, 11-4. That's a dub.
Vikings win.
Yep, Vikings win.
Nice. At home against Detroit.
Vikings win.
Vikings win.
Ooh. Already said we were losing the Packers. The ones we're not. Okay. Look at me go. Shit. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
How silly are you about to sound when you read off your
Okay,
final record?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yep, we beat Detroit at home, and then last game of the year. I love that they do this for division games. By the way, last game of the year at
TBD.
Yeah, wait, why is it TBD?
It's not the time. The time's TBD.
Oh, the time's TBD, but it's in Minnesota.
In Minnesota. And guess who's going to be getting tickets to that game?
Let's go. Let's totally go.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Vikes do it again, guys. 13-4. You heard it here first.
Warren?
You didn't
You're
ask
mean,
us.
9-8.
You didn't ask us.
Okay.
Yeah, you lose.
Okay. So we lose both to Green Bay.
I have you win. I have you winning that Green Bay game at home.
Okay.
I have you losing, and I have you finishing the season at 7-10.
7-10.
Missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs at 7-10 would be likely. All right. Brandon, what's your final?
9-8.
9-8. Thank you, Brandon. Okay. My final 13-4. One more time. One more time.
Do you want to know? Do you want?
I want your overall reasoning why you think they're going to be 7-10. That's what I want.
Because I think you're underestimating the value of Sam Darnold.
I might
and
be.
how good he was for you last year.
Totally might be. Totally might be.
I think, and I originally had you down at 8-9. So maybe you do win that last game against the Packers.
We got worse.
When I didn't, well, no, I have you at 7-10. Okay. But when I just looked at the schedule, did my gut feeling, I was like 8-9.
Okay.
So I had you losing an extra game. So maybe you do beat the Packers at home to finish the season. Sure. And maybe that's your win. Mm-hmm. You still miss the playoffs, but you beat the Packers at home to end the year. So you feel good.
So we can go into the off season.
You feel good. Our last game was a win, right? You do that whole thing.
Hell yeah. And it on a high note.
And I'm not like, I get it. JJ McCarthy, like everybody loves what they see on tape, and they love his attitude and what he's been doing in the off season. And there's a difference.
I know,
of actually playing I get it. Regular season's different than preseason too. So
yeah, I get it. Totally get it.
You guys over exceeded expectations by every account last year, right? And not just me being a Packer fan and shitting on the Vikings or whatever, right? Like Vegas had you at 6.5.
I know.
You guys did so well.
But to that, it wasn't like we weren't so a couple of years ago with KOC with, by all accounts, a pretty shit roster. It was like
1-score games.
And we were coming back every fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I understood that was fluky. That was a great Kirk year, just with an insanely awful defense with Ed Donashell with his shell defense. I don't think that was necessarily the case last year. You heard it echoed across the league. Our coaching staff was incredible and did incredible work with the roster. And I think that was mostly the case. And then also Sam Darnold made a great combo with KOC. And they still obviously, I think, way outplayed their potential for what it was, which is why they went down to the Rams in the playoffs, which was stupid. But I don't see it as fluky as others might, I guess is my point.
Sure. I just think that your starting quarterback is going to be a quarterback who's never played in the NFL, who's also 1 year removed from playing football in general.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's not like he's a true rookie and he was playing last year in college.
Yeah.
No, he was rehabbing 2 surgeries.
That's true.
And I get it. They weren't major knee surgeries. It was just a meniscus. And it wasn't like an ACL or anything, but the dude didn't play football for an entire year.
Would it change your mind if you knew that he was over 200 pounds again?
No. I don't give a fuck how much the dude weighs.
Anyway. Would it change your mind that his favorite color is blue?
Yes.
No.
I decided it was a really funny thing when they made a big deal that he was over 200 pounds again.
I also think you're overlooking. You gave you're like, oh, we're gonna beat the Chargers. Who's the Chargers head coach?
Oh, I know that. Yeah, exactly. He knows JJ.
Yeah,
I know. Chargers will be good again this year for sure.
Yeah,
and probably better than they were last year.
Chargers improved.
And
that would be the one pick if I were to swap a game. In either way, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm fine with 12-5 too, and we drop it to the Chargers. That's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, here's some other stuff too, right? Like, your defense is obviously great. Mm-hmm. So if the game's low scoring and the defense can help keep games low scoring, you're gonna win those games. Mm-hmm. But like against the Bengals, your defense isn't gonna stop the Bengals. It's not gonna happen.
How's their O-line though? Mediocre at best.
Alex, they're going to get theirs.
It doesn't matter.
They're going to score, of course.
Yeah.
But what's their defense? I feel like the Vikes can score too.
I just don't think it's going to be as prolific as it was last year.
Okay.
How are they going to score? I mean, I get it. They're going to Hail Mary it to Justin Jefferson and Addison here and there, but
No, we're going to have a much improved run game with our incredibly much improved offensive line.
And we'll see. Those guys haven't played together yet. I think there's
2 of them have.
I think there is your O-line does have to have chemistry, and they'll build that obviously in the offseason here. These are way too early predictions. Hell, JJ Kater's knee week 1 of minicamp, and we're completely different.
Shut the fuck up. Don't put that shit out there.
I'm putting it out there.
Put that evil on us.
then you just sign Aaron Rodgers, and the prophecy will be complete.
Don't put that evil on us either.
People who get paid way more than we do, they have 2025 projection for the Vikings 8-9. So maybe I should have stuck with my gut.
Yeah,
what's 9-8? That was very close.
Is that Vegas? You said what's Vegas like?
Vegas is probably 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, they're not going to give you it won't be a total point like 8. They're going to do the half, right?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm sure they're 7.5. Let me give me a second.
Okay, figure it out. I'm curious, and then we'll switch gears to the pack.
I'm ready.
You guys can keep talking though,
schedule.
Before we do the Packers, okay, I'll put my piece on why the Vikes could be awesome again, and yes, this is banking on that JJ McCarthy is going to be at worst a very good quarterback for them to have this record. And I know a lot of people
at worst
for them to achieve the record that I think they're going to achieve. That means JJ McCarthy at worst will have to still be a very good quarterback. So I understand that's totally up in the air. And I also know that this has been kind of the sentiment around the league. And sure, maybe I've bought into it. Offseason is the greatest time of the year, right? Maybe I've totally bought into it. But when has, I'll call him a rookie, or when has a young quarterback who is yet to have a start been set up as well as JJ is? I can't think of one. This dude's set up perfectly.
8.5.
8.5 Vegas?
Yep.
Take that over. Let's go.
Joe
Very
Burrow,
excited.
Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy.
Purdy, yep, true.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes came into a great one.
Romo.
Gosh, yeah. Did he?
Yeah. Tom Brady in the Buccaneers. Godwin and Evans.
No, I meant like a first time starting.
Oh, first time rookie. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay.
You know, like just the ideal team around him.
Yeah.
You know, a huge, very well paid O line, an expensive O line, weapons up and down, and a stacked defense. Mostly stacked defense. Mostly
Russell
stacked
Wilson.
defense.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Disagree with me all you
oh
want.
yeah.
but
Oh
I mean,
yeah. No. Legion of Boom. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Those years were great.
Yep. Good point. He came into it, and he had Lockett. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're saying a lot. You're saying a
Jalen
lot
Hurts.
of people. You're saying a lot of people who had success, Brandon.
Jalen Hurts.
Yep. So what does that tell you about JJ? Success. If he's good. If he's good. Okay.
Also seen a lot of busts in the same situation.
Kay Adams thinks the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl, and she's hot. So what do you guys think about that?
You're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
That's what Kay Adams said.
Okay.
Go place that bet.
You're going to beat the Philadelphia
I'll
Eagles.
put 50 on it for funsies.
Well, you should.
I know, right? Be great odds.
You should do $100 every year, no matter what.
I think it's more likely that the Eagles repeat.
Yeah, they might. Could see it. With A.J. Dillon back there now.
Mm-hmm.
You're just the quad squad.
The quad squad, baby. They're gonna
Squad.
Just came up with that right now.
Yeah,
There's some-
that T-shirt will be available this weekend.
Quad squad.
Yep.
That's great.
It's a lot of beef.
I hate that we'll be selling an Eagles themed shirt on our site, but I like the shirt idea. So let's do it.
No, I like money, so.
Yeah. Hey, same. Okay. One little, I saw this headline for the Packers before we get into their deal. Sean Ryan, the guard, lost out on a $2 million raise because he didn't play 2 more snaps.
That sucks.
That sucks. Don't teams usually know about that and do him a solid and either give it to him or put him out there for 2 more snaps? Isn't that usually a thing?
Was it bonus or was it something else?
It says $2 million raise. I'm guessing it was some type of stipulation bonus if he was missed it by 2 snaps.
Who's he play for?
Packers.
Oh, well. We got to watch that bottom line.
I get it.
We got a lot of owners to report to.
I wonder if they put it out to vote. Do we do right by our guy? They're like, hell no. You need that for free agency. Okay, Packers schedule. Let's go.
How many cheese curds we can buy with $2 million?
Let's go. Okay. Packers. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Week 1. Late afternoon game. At home versus Detroit. Brandon, we'll start with you.
I have Packers winning that game.
Okay.
Packers win that game.
I think the Packers will steal that one as well. Okay. Week 2. At home against Washington. Thursday Night Football.
Give me Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.
Yeah, Packers lose that short turnaround.
Okay, 1-1. I agree. We're all on the same page so far. Week 3. At Cleveland. Brandon.
That is the game I'm going to, and that is
Nice.
a win.
Yeah,
That's a win.
yeah, that's a win for sure.
Nice. Okay, good. Week 4. At Dallas.
That's a win.
That's a win
Packers play exceptionally well in Dallas for some reason.
That is very true.
because they're truly America's team.
I'm completely with you guys so far.
Dude.
So far, 3-1. Hey, we got same bye week. Week
No, I
5
think
bye.
you're week 6.
Is that what it was? I'm not gonna look.
You are week 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's a way too early bye week.
Yeah. Especially with weird. Okay. Week 6, home versus Cincy.
That is a loss for the Packers.
I think Packers win that game. I'm not super high on Cincy.
I am. I think Joe Burrow is, after how last year ended for him.
He's a real friggin' deal, but I just don't know who else they have besides their big 3. They got a good pass rusher, but I mean, and I don't know everything about them. I think they'll be above 500 and a wild card team, if I'm being honest.
All they really had to do in the offseason was work on their defense.
And they did. They drafted a bunch of defense, I think, and
yeah, I think they're going to be okay. I honestly think that Joe Burrow is on a revenge tour this year.
sure.
Yep, I think the Packers lose.
Okay. Okay, then in Arizona for week 7 at the Cardinals.
That's a win for the Packers.
Win.
In Arizona, that'll be an upset. I'm going to take Arizona. Kyler will pull one out of his ass like he does sometimes.
If he stays healthy, yeah.
Correct. Then at Pittsburgh, Sunday Night Football.
That's a win.
That is a win. I got Packers 5-2 so far.
That's a win.
Are we all at 5-2 so far?
Yeah,
At home against Carolina,
that's a win.
6-2.
That's a win.
At home against Philly, Monday Night Football. Look at all the prime time.
That's a loss.
Yeah, they lose.
Agreed. 6-3. Okay. At home against the Giants.
That's a win.
Win.
Okay. 7-3. Look at them go. At home against the Vikes.
It's a
Yeah,
win.
I said that was a Packers win, so I can't go back.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. 8-3. 8-3 Packers. Gotcha. Okay. Then at Detroit. That's Thanksgiving.
That is a loss.
Agreed.
That is a win.
Ooh. Okay.
I have a very hot take when we get done with the Packers schedule.
Okay. Cool. At home.
I want to talk about the Lions for a second after this too, so let's keep that in mind.
At home against Chicago.
That's a win.
That's a win.
I'm going to say that's an L. Bears got to beat someone.
They're going to beat the Vikings.
Well,
So they're going to beat Green Bay.
Well, I think they're going to beat the Packers.
In Green Bay.
I don't know. Did you guys say they were beating the Vikes once?
You know what though? Dakota, the Bears beat the Packers in Green Bay last year.
Yeah. Correct. How about
Like,
that?
was it on like some bullshit last second field goal?
It was on some bullshit
No.
last second field goal, which they finally made the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other game almost should have lost too, if I remember. It wasn't that the blocked field goal. Otherwise, it would have went 0-2 against the Bears.
No.
No, wins are wins. You know,
They sure are. Okay. At Denver,
That's a loss.
that's a win.
loss.
I think that's a win.
Okay. At Chicago,
They're going to fucking beat the Bears.
They're gonna.
win.
The,
I say win. I say win.
The owner of the Bears will arrive and he will beat them.
Yes, I agree. Okay. At home against Baltimore, week 17.
That's a loss.
L.
Baltimore's better than what people are giving him credit for.
Oh, yeah, I think they're going to be awesome. I like the Derrick Henry extension.
Yeah, I mean, the dude spends $250,000 on his body every year.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
Week 18, Minnesota. I said the Vikes were going to win that, so.
And I said the Packers were going to win.
Okay.
And I have that as a loss as well.
Final records, Brandon.
11-6.
What do you got?
9-8.
11
I got 9-8.
And I have 12-5, and the Packers winning the North.
Winning the North. Oh my gosh, what are the Lions doing? This a little bit worse.
I have the Lions shitting the bed because they lost both of their coordinators, and I think people are not giving the coordinators enough credit for what they did for that team.
Aaron Glenn was not as hyped as he 2 years ago as he was this year, and I think it's because they continued to play mostly well on defense with all those damn injuries. So he got a lot of
people off the couch.
He got a lot of talking about this year for that reason. So I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think the Vikings will be a middle of the road team this year. I think 9-8
And then JJ grows and Super Bowl in a couple years, right?
for the Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, Packers got to win one first, and then my second favorite team can win one.
Okay. Well, this is for you guys.
Do you want people who are smarter than us or get paid more than us?
Yeah. Yeah. What's Bleacher Report have to say? That's what you got up there. What's final standings? Let's hear it.
Let's see. They have Green Bay at. If I can find them. Green Bay Packers. They write nice little stuff here. Blah blah blah. Oh, look at that. 12-5, winning the North.
Wow.
For the Packers?
Yeah.
What?
Let's find the Lions. Detroit Lions.
Stay golden.
Detroit Lions. 9-8.
Interesting. Okay.
And then that was my hot take, was Detroit Lions being trash. Brandon, you wanted to talk about Chicago? Or did you want to talk about Detroit?
No, we can do both. I'll talk about Chicago quick. I think that Chicago has done a fantastic job in the offseason, probably better than any NFC North team. Even the Vikings with all their money.
Very, very close, I think. But yeah, I think you could take either or for sure.
This is wild.
What are they saying? What do you got there?
No, keep going, Brandon.
I think Ben Johnson is going to do a really good job kind of breathing life into Caleb Williams and his skill set. They've done a really nice job with their offensive line, with their defensive line, with their secondary. The Bears, I would be scared of the Bears if I'm in the NFC North.
I've heard that too many. I've heard that too many damn times, and I'm not going to be scared until I actually see it.
I have been the one to say that in the past. Like, I don't believe it till I see it. But what they have done in the offseason shows me that they're, for the first time in a long time, very organized and very, very pointed in every selection they made to improve that roster.
There has been clear intent on what they do this offseason, and that's what we're used to seeing with our two teams.
Well,
and that's what it has allowed them to kind of do better than their expectations. So if the Bears can figure out that aspect of it too.
Yeah, I mean, we make the joke all the time, right? Just giving you shit about the Vikings being the Super Bowl offseason champs. I mean, it really was Chicago. I mean, look what they did this offseason, right? They fortified that offensive line. They made all these coaching changes, and they killed the draft. I mean, they brought it, like their first-round pick, they brought in a playmaker tight end. And Cole Kmet's not bad either. So they can run 12 personnel, and you're not going to know if they're throwing or running the ball.
Which is Ben Johnson's specialty. And if he can click with Caleb, then yeah.
They got a steal in the second round with Luther Burden.
Who's that guy? Linebacker.
He was a wide receiver for Mizzou, who I thought would go in the first round. He was like the guy I was thinking about in Dynasty when we wrapped up our Dynasty draft last year, like looking a year ahead. I kind of like picked three guys, and I'm like, okay, let's see what they do this year.
Yeah.
His production fell a little bit.
Okay.
But, I mean, Chicago getting him in the second round is just crazy.
Steal, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they still got Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
They still have Keenan Allen. I know he's old, but and then
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Yeah.
And that
DJ Moore, Luther Burden, Rome Odunze, 2 tight ends.
Who's running it for him? Roshan
Swift.
DeAndre Swift and Roshan Johnson.
Roshan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I think something that no one's mentioned here is that they also hired Dennis Allen to be the defensive coordinator. When he called plays on the defensive side for the Saints, he fielded top 9 scoring units 4 of his last 5 years with them.
Dang.
Bleacher Report has them second in the NFC North at 10-7.
Holy shit! What is the Vikes record?
Right.
8-9.
8-9 for them. Okay. So I think I understand what your guys' opinion in, but who has a better season, Caleb Williams or JJ McCarthy?
Caleb Williams.
JJ McCarthy. I get it.
Yeah, Caleb Williams came into the NFL with the pedigree just like quote unquote JJ McCarthy.
Oh, more
the big difference is an entire season under his belt.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
So think about Caleb Williams and how he struggled his first year. Granted, it was with the really unorganized Bears.
Sure.
But he had all the talent, just like JJ does now. So we will see.
Yeah. Okay. Woo!
And he's got a Pope on his side now.
Oh, yeah, and the Pope.
The Pope.
The Pope. Be the
that shirt will also be available this weekend.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's get the SNL guys with their mustaches and aviators on their Pope.
The super fans.
Oh, okay, Doc, here it is. It's the Pope with one of those mustaches.
Yeah.
And the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's a great one. Okay. We only got a little bit of time left. Can I get some time on the Wolves, you guys?
Never.
I can't. Man, we got a ways to go before the NFL season, but good stuff. Good stuff. We got to get our records on sticky notes, put them above our beds. So we're reminded all the time. Okay. Brandon, I'm sorry about your calves.
That is okay.
They ran into a friggin' buzzsaw that I don't think anyone saw coming, and then they got super injured too. So unfortunate for them. And then look at Boston too, losing Tatum. That sucks for Tatum. That sucks so bad.
And as much as I can't stand the Celtics, I feel really bad for them because
Correct.
I love it when teams come at each other full strength, and that's why I love NBA playoff basketball because the stakes are real. They are leaving everything out on the court, and you can tell because of the injuries right now, right? But still, it's like, man, if they go just fully healthy, but just go at it, it's just the best to watch. So
awesome.
I feel bad for the Celtics. I feel bad for the Cavs. Well done, Pacers.
Knicks up 27.5. Looks like we're having Indiana, New York rematch in the Eastern Conference Finals. Not a conference finals rematch, but a rematch from last year's playoffs, which I think it could be great. Can the Pacers just keep pumping out the offense that they are? Because it just doesn't look like they're slowing down.
They can. They absolutely can.
I think so too. I feel like they'll come back down to earth eventually.
No, that's going to happen. This is going to be a longer series. It's not going to be done in 5. It's going to be.
Oh no! I think both conference finals, regardless of who it is in the West, are going 7 games.
Absolutely.
I would totally think that. That said, the Wolves, for the first time in franchise history, are in the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Doc.
Woo.
Thank you. That's awesome. It's such a good time. And Brandon, thank you for appreciating Ant as much as we all do. And the one thing I really want to touch on with Ant is, TNT after the game was giving him some. I think it was his Shaq. So who cares, right? But he says something to the effect of, Ant hasn't shown up every game. If you want to be a champion, it's every game, no matter what. Here's my counterpoint. He fucking has shown up every game, and he is doing exactly what is needed to win that game.
Well, and didn't Shaq need Kobe?
Yeah.
Who
Fuck yeah,
cares
he
what
needed
Shaq
Kobe.
needs?
That's what I'm saying.
Did
Of
you
course
see,
he needed Kobe.
Let's just discredit Shaq some more here. Did you see what he said? He said Angel Reese could become the first woman to play in the NBA. She can't even make a layup in the WNBA.
Are you shitting me? Did he say
Yeah,
that?
dude, I don't know what he's trying to do. He needs to go away.
Trying to get
He
with
used to
Angel.
like
He's
Shaq.
trying to get with Angel.
Ugh.
That's crazy if he said that.
It is.
Like, sure, if he's just trying to get a hot take going, I get it.
Well, he got one going.
Good for you, Shaq. Anyways, Ant is doing literally, if whether it's scoring, he's going to pour it on when he put up 40 against the Lakers or 36 against the Dubs. He's like, yep, this is going to be the game where I put up the scoring and I'm putting up the numbers, and that's going to help us win. He does it. Whether it's defense, when his shooting isn't working, he's going to lock down whoever he needs to lock down. He had some sick blocks last game. Some sick blocks on Kuminga, on Pajemski, where he literally just spiked it back in their faces. It was so sick. And then he put up 12 assists last game. And now he's passing and rebounding. He's doing whatever it takes to win that game. And I will never forget watching the Michael Jordan documentary. It just became, at some point, they made a thing about it. At some point, Michael Jordan realized what it took to win a game. Whenever that game was, like whatever was happening during that game, he would realize over the course of the game what needed to happen for the team to win, and he would make that thing happen. I'm not saying he's quite there yet, but he's fucking getting there, and he's doing the right things and makes the whole team work around him. And he's able to do that because he's smart, he adapts, he keeps growing and growing and growing and become better and better and better. But he's also able to do that because of Julius fucking Randle. Oh my God, Julius Randle, proving everyone wrong, and it's amazing. I love this dude. Let's give him the max contract. Ow.
Ow.
That's
Did you see they were?
That's my bit on Ant.
I think
That's
they
my bit
were.
on Ant.
I think they
He's
were
incredible.
I think the first time Timberwolves history teammates both scored 30 points in a playoff game.
Yep, in a playoff game, Julius Randle became the first and only T-Wolf since KG.
Triple-double.
Triple-double in a playoff game. This dude looks great. And I'm going to pat myself on the back because when this trade happened and we could find receipts somewhere, but I know for a fact I said this, that Julius Randle's bully ball is going to come in handy in the playoffs. I said that
Let's
shit.
find it.
I said that shit. I know I did.
don't know.
Oh, I'm going to find it now.
You're banging the table too hard.
I'll
All
bang
right,
it
so-
harder.
so
I said
we
it.
gotta-
I love the trade.
we gotta-
I mean, we got receipts for that too. I love the trade.
You
so.
did. Mm-hmm. You
I
did.
think it's going to
Okay,
be
look.
hilarious. It's going to be Knicks T-Wolves.
Oh, if it is, that's fuck, that'd be crazy.
Ow.
Ow! That would be so crazy.
No. But what the Timberwolves do need to do is they need to clean it up on defense a little bit and their ball control. They're winning because of their team chemistry right now,
Yep.
which is awesome.
Yep.
But really watch them.
They can be
And
better on
again-
defense. You are correct. They're still prone to get caught sleeping on. So I don't want to compare it to last year because last year we saw one of the greatest 5 defenses of all time with the
Sure.
Timberwolves. It was,
Yeah.
so it's an outlier. And this defense is still great. It's still very
But
good.
you-
But I agree
but-
with you, Brandon.
Even in this last game, I was watching them, and they were getting really sloppy with the ball.
They were playing like they had won it for a lot of the game, especially when they went up 25. And yeah, the turnovers that can't happen again. It cannot happen again.
They've got to be careful if they're gonna if they're gonna win this whole thing. They've got to get back down to basics
Yep.
and discipline, and again using that chemistry to their favor because that's what's driving them right now. It's
To
super
your
fun to
point,
watch.
yes, I think their offense always looks the best when it started with their intense defense. If they can turn that crazy defense into offense, then it's insane. And then I think that's how they win. That said, any of the remaining teams could win the finals right now, and I'm not surprised at all.
I really like how they were able, because they got a good lead in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to rest Anthony Edwards in the second quarter a little bit more.
Yeah,
and again, I think that's just key. Just
it is.
playing strict defense and
Mm-hmm.
working on those turnovers and being able to rest your stars.
Yes.
The
the fresh
and
legs.
not burn them out by the fourth quarter. That's what happened to the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
They were just getting burnt out by the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
and they couldn't establish a lead. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and injuries, right? Like Darius Garland was not himself.
Yeah.
Mobley missed a couple games.
Well, and the only team that ever beat the Cavaliers at home this year was the Pacers.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Damn. Is that
Yeah,
the only team?
36-5, I'm pretty sure.
Gee,
Look it up.
They don't. They wouldn't have played them 5 times in their court though.
I probably got the numbers wrong.
Either
but
way,
yeah.
but to that effect.
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay, Pacers are good. Pacers had a couple crazy wins against the Wolves that it took Obi Toppin shooting 7 of 10 from 3 for them to beat. Anyway, Pacers are a lot of fun. Again, I could see any of the remaining teams winning the finals, and I'm not going to be surprised. I have a couple points before we wrap it up that I just wanted to touch on. Say it with me, everyone. Fuck Jimmy Butler. Well, that too, Brandon. But Jimmy Butler sucks and finished with Warriors team worst, minus 37.
Did you see some fans stuck around for the long haul until he exited the arena?
No.
And they were chanting, "We don't need you."
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Good for them. Screw you, Jimmy. Seriously, you're the worst, dude. Minus 37. Took a total of 20 shots in the last 2 games. Kept getting scared of Gobert and Jaden down there, who started swatting his shit left and right and kicking it out to whoever the fuck was going to brick the next 3 for them. So screw you, Jimmy. Screw you, Draymond. He actually had some nice things to say about the team after, so whatever. This was actually, and this probably has something to do with Curry missing, but very little drama throughout the series.
Yeah,
I mean? Which is fun.
Draymond and Jimmy, but
and this is a point I want to make to those saying, "Oh, well, Curry missed. Curry would have, with Curry, they would have won." First of all, I don't even necessarily think so. It could have went 7. I still think the Wolves win the series. Also, for Warriors fans, if they're out there saying this thing, let's not forget how they have benefited from injuries. They injured Kawhi Leonard in a series at the Spurs. Would have been favored had he not missed. That's when Zaza stepped under his foot in the corner 3. John Morant missed time in a playoff series. Chris Paul in the Western Conference Finals in the Rockets team, which was like essentially constructed to beat that Warriors team, and they were up 3-1. And then Chris Paul gets injured, and they benefit from it. Draymond Green, and this is where I'll give him half a kudos, said as much. He said, quote, "On the flip side, you can't say we would have won if Steph hadn't got hurt." He says, "We've been on the other side of that, so respect it when it doesn't go your way. Unfortunately, on this side, luck wasn't on our side and Steph got hurt. Take the good with the bad." So he acknowledges it. You beat the team in front of you. That's all you can do. And the Wolves did it easily. So I don't want to hear any of that. So there's that. Julius Randle, again, holy crap, he's amazing. And did you guys know what Randle means in German?
No.
I'll tell you. The name Randall has Old German and Norse origins, meaning, quote, shield wolf or wolf shield.
That's actually cool.
How fucking cool is that?
That's super cool.
It is derived from the Old Norse name Ranulfur and the Old German elements, quote, rand, which is shield or rim, and WULF, wolf. Randall can also be a variant of the surname Randall, which has these same Randall with different spelling, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, how fucking cool is that? He's our shield. It's great. And Ant's our sword. Am I right? Ow! Ow!
I don't know where this is going. I don't like the direction of
This
it.
is cool. This is super cool. That's all I got. Did you guys... I always do that. What do you guys think of Mavs getting number 1 pick?
Oh,
yeah? Huh? What do you think?
I mean, I think Nico, he looked through all the different possibilities and he's like, I must sacrifice Nico.
It's like for this number 1 overall
There's
pick.
only one.
I decided it was crazy. And
crazy's a word.
Crazy's a word for it, right? And it's
rigged.
It's got to be, and there's... I texted it.
You know what I've seen?
There's a lot of other teams who have made big trades and then get the number 1 pick.
I've seen some memes where it's like, and there's been a trade between Dallas and LA, Anthony Davis, and the number 1 overall pick for Luka.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what. Yeah, that was the under the table deal. Hey, make this trade. We'll give you a number 1 pick, right? Everyone's saying that, and this has got to be conjecture at this point. Giannis, right? Oh man, first overall pick plus whatever else for Giannis. Of course they should fucking do that. But nope, they are picking Cooper Flag is the thing.
Why would you? I wouldn't make that trade.
You wouldn't?
No.
Straight up?
No. Cooper Flag all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Giannis, Anthony Davis, and when Kyrie comes back by playoffs next year or sooner.
Have you seen Cooper Flag?
Yeah, he's 18, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. This is also my point.
That's not happening.
With Nico Harrison's dumbass, he said he wants to build. I want to build a contender for the long haul. Okay, so let's trade this 27-year-old phenom for a 33-year-old who hasn't played more than 60 games in like 10 years. It makes no sense. Anyways, these are his stars right now. 30-whatever-year-old Kyrie, 30-whatever-year-old AD. This is who the team's built around. Go get Giannis, who's going to be 31 or 32, and he matches their timeline, and they could fucking win a championship with those three.
I don't think they can.
Why? Giannis was like the second.
You just said it yourself.
Giannis was like the
They're
third
all
best.
hurt all the time.
Okay, that. On paper, I guess is my point. If what Nico has been saying post-trade this entire time, he should want to go get Giannis. Defense wins championship. Then go get one of the greatest defensive players in the league. They should totally try. They should try. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, follow, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Check out our t-shirts. I always say t-shirts. There's way more than t-shirts. Look at that cool hat.
Yeah. Cool hats.
Yep.
We also got sweaters,
Hoodies.
stickers.
I'm telling you. We got beanies. We got regular hat. I don't know. We got shit.
All kinds of stuff.
Get your Timberwolves merch.
Yeah. Buy your Timberwolves merch.
And if there's something
support the pack,
you want that you don't see, just shoot us an email and I'll make it.
we'll freaking make it for you. Love ya.